Hi guys, Tim Baker here with MMAupload.com. Sorry for the absence of videos. I didn't put a post-fight video. This is going to be my post-fight video of UFC 216. The reason I didn't post it, I stayed up pretty late Saturday night. Slept in most of the day Sunday. The reason for that is I watched all of UFC 216, watched the post-fight show, and then I watched the 1 hour special of Dragon Ball Super, the Goku versus Jiren. I'll try putting one of those links in the description below also. If any of my fans like Dragon Ball Super, they'll get one of those 1 hour videos. Anyway, so the fights were pretty badass. Gotta say so myself. Tell you what, man, Demetrius Johnson beating Anderson Silva, beating his record. That means he's the greatest of all time. He's the new GOAT. He's got 11 title defenses, so GSP's got 9 title defenses. Anderson Silva's got 10, and Mighty Mouse has 11. And I got to give it up to Ray Borg. He did pretty well. He didn't give up the entire time. Even though he was getting beat pretty much the entire fight, he never gave up. He never quit. He has that tough wrestler's mentality of just going hard the entire time and just never quit. And I just think Mighty Mouse Johnson has more experience, more technique, and can just a little quicker, and it just comes with time. Ray Borg's going to come back after that loss, and he's going to be better than before. That 5th round, it was basically like a suplex into a flying armbar. That shit was awesome. The reason I'm not at my desk is I'm getting ready to work out. I'm doing a little at-home workout today. So that fight was pretty good. El Kukui, Kevin Lee. That was Kevin Lee came out pretty hard the first round. I think a big reason that his cardio died down was that staph infection. If you saw, he had a little mark on his chest, like right here. That was a staph infection. If you're on antibiotics, man, that shit just tears up your body, and your cardio is going to plummet. So even if you're ready for a 5-round fight, if you're on antibiotics and you're fighting an ailment, any kind of illness, it's going to take a toll on your cardiovascular system. It's going to happen. But with that being said, Tony Ferguson won. His jiu-jitsu is top-notch, man, working with Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo is the shit when it comes to no-gi jiu-jitsu, all right? So MMA jiu-jitsu, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, Eddie Bravo, he's Tony Ferguson's sensei, and it was just constant attacks off of Tony's back. So what I think needs to happen now, the next fights, since Tony beat Kevin Lee, this is the fights that needs to happen. So Conor McGregor is the undisputed 155-pound champion, and Tony Ferguson is the interim 155-pound champion. So this is what I think needs to happen. Everyone's talking about Conor McGregor versus Khabib in Russia, all right? Or Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor 3. This is what I think would be the best moneymaker for the UFC. Do the Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson fight, all right? See who, consolidate that title to see who the undisputed champion is, all right? But before that, I think we need to have Nate Diaz versus Khabib anywhere, Las Vegas probably. And then the winner of those two fights the winner of Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson. And I tell you what, if Conor McGregor beats Tony Ferguson, if they end up doing these fights, if Conor McGregor ends up beating Tony Ferguson, and then Nate Diaz ends up beating Khabib, and that would make a Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz 3 at 155 pounds. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Tell you what, if that ends up happening, that will be probably the single biggest UFC event ever. The marketing for that would just be crazy. Seeing Conor McGregor beating El Kakui, that would be an insanely tough fight for Conor McGregor in the first place. Tony Ferguson's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think, would just mop the floor with Conor McGregor's. Plus, he's got a chin. His chin's been tested. He's got that heart. All right. I think Conor McGregor's striking. He hits harder probably than Tony Ferguson. But Tony Ferguson's got some weird, unorthodox movements. So he could always catch Conor McGregor like Nate Diaz did in that first fight. And, stun him and turn Conor McGregor into a wrestler. And that would not be good for Conor McGregor. So, yeah, if Conor McGregor fights Tony Ferguson, if Conor wins that fight and they have a Khabib and Nate Diaz fight, and Nate Diaz wins that fight, and Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3, oh my God, that'd make the UFC so much money. That'd be the fight to see. That's what I want to see. I know Conor McGregor said he wanted Khabib in Russia, but we have to unify that 155-pound title. We just have to. He hasn't defended it in a year since he defeated Eddie Alvarez. He went over, pulled out Floyd Mayweather out of retirement and did that boxing. And Paulie Malignaggi, I think that's how you say his last name. I can't think of it right now. That's been, voiced also. That would be a big payday for Conor McGregor. But, that's tough, man. That's going to be good fights coming up. So, UFC 217 is going to be GSP and Michael Bisping. That's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure Cody Garbrandt is on that card too. I don't know all the fights on that card right now off the top of my head. But GSP coming out of retirement for 4 years. After 4 years fighting for the 185-pound title against Michael Bisping. I personally don't think that fight should be happening just because, A, GSP has never fought at 185 pounds. But since WME bought UFC from the Fertitta brothers, it's more or less not the top-ranked fighters fighting for the number one belt. It's the people that sell the fights. And I get it. That's a complete business move. They want to make the most money. I completely understand. But GSP, he's going to go in. I've not seen him fight in 4 years. I mean, he's been training. He's not in 5-round fighting shape. But I think it's going to be a long night for him. I think Bisping's takedown defense is going to be a lot more difficult for GSP to handle than what he's anticipating. I think GSP expects that he's going to be able to go in there, get Bisping to get into his boxing style. Bisping stands kind of tall. He likes to stand box. He's really good at boxing. He's got some heavy hands, some nice combinations. And I think GSP is going to try to just take him down and beat him up on the ground like he has in the past. I could be completely wrong. I mean, he may have been the past 4 years, with some Muay Thai and coaches and some different Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coaches, and he may come out and be one of those flashy fighters like Anthony Pettis and Conor McGregor and Yair Rodriguez. He might be flashy now. How he was fighting, he was playing it safe, and he ended up becoming 26-2 playing it safe, sticking out that jab and, just beating people up with a jab, taking them down if he was getting beat on the feet, and beating them beating them up on the ground. You know, he was just taking people out of their element where he would be better than them at. And I just think Bisping is going to be too big for him to manhandle, and I think Bisping just is going to hit way too hard. I mean, after most of I'm not going to say after most of GSP's fights, but I remember the Nate Diaz and GSP fight. What was that, UFC 128? Or was that Jake Shields and GSP? Anyways, so Nate Diaz said he punches like a girl or something like that. Said his punches weren't very hard at all. So, you know, if he's not throwing heavy right hands and just throwing that jab, Bisping's going to tear him up because Bisping's boxing is just nuts. So that's what's going on in the future. That's what's happening right now. That's what happened this weekend. Oh, Derek Lewis. All right, so Fabricio Werdum was supposed to fight Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis weighed in, made weight at 263 on Friday, but Saturday his back ended up locking up. All right, and 3 hours before the event, they ended up getting another fighter. I can't think of his name right now. I'm sorry for that. But Werdum was able to get a armbar in the first round, 1 minute and 5 seconds into the first round. So good job Werdum on that. And I'm sorry I can't think of the fighter's name that stepped up, but thanks for saving that fight. And let's pray for Derek Lewis. Hope his back gets better. I made a video about him before. My respect for Derek Lewis skyrocketed after Hurricane Irma, seeing a lot of videos of him going house to house, just helping a bunch of people, trying to save people, you know, just being a good Samaritan, good civilian, just doing everything he could to help out his fellow Americans. So kudos to him. The fights were awesome Saturday. Again, I was watching Dragon Ball Super. I'll try finding the description, put that down below also. I'm still working on my website, MMAupload.com. I have not published that yet. I will soon. And when I do, I'll let you guys know. You guys want to stay up to date on all my videos, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It's going to be one of these sides. I can't remember which side it's on, but that's going to notify you guys every single time I release a video. And now I'm going to end my video. I'm going to get to my workout, and I'm going to start uploading this video while I'm working out. So have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, comments, statements, anything you guys want me to talk about, put them below. And I will see you guys later. Have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.